So I don't know if I'm allowed to say cocaine on YouTube, but let's live dangerously. So Cocaine Bear. This movie was a lot of fun. I've always loved creature feature movies. I can't wait to see the Meg 2 coming out this year. You know, I was a little afraid with this movie that it was going to go in the Sharknado direction. If you've seen Sharknado, you know what I'm talking about. Really cheesy, campy, over the top. And yes, this movie definitely has those elements, but it still manages to balance tension and humor and yes, campiness and blend it all together well. Well, in my opinion, I feel like it really balanced that well. So this movie was set in the 80s. There's definitely a strong 80s aesthetic and score, and there's songs from the 80s which I really enjoy because I love Stranger Things and basically anything set in the 80s. So that really added something to the movie for me. And it was also set in a national forest. And I love movies set in the forest. I don't know why. I feel like movies in the woods, forest, whatever, should be their own genre. And I actually just watched a really good one, if there's any horror lovers out here. I forget what it's called, but I'll link it up. But anyway, so this movie really struggled when it came to the side characters. There were these drug dealers, and basically they were going through the woods trying to find the cocaine to give it back to their boss, and this is where I felt like the movie dragged for me. They put way too much emphasis on these side characters who I didn't care about. I didn't find them funny at all. But there were these two little kids who did a great job, by the way. They were really good at their acting in this. They should have been the main focus of the movie. They were hilarious, especially the little boy Henry. And I really wish that they had been more of a focus. And there was also the actor, I don't know his name, that plays Mitch on Modern Family. He was in the movie as well. And I love that show, by the way. And yeah, it was good to see him in this. So when it comes to the CGI, it wasn't amazing, but it wasn't horrible either. You know, it's pretty much what you would expect based on the trailers, but I think they did an okay job with it. It was a very gory movie, so if you're not a fan of that, if you're a squeamish person, I wouldn't recommend going and seeing this movie. So it did drag a little bit in the third act. There was some slow moments. And you know, I feel like most of the really good moments are in the trailer, and unfortunately it seems to be like that with a lot of movies. But it was still a lot of fun. I would still say go see it in the cinema. It did drag a little bit, but still, overall it was a very fun movie, and I think I would give it a 7 out of 10. It was just a pity because there were these two teenage girls in the movie sitting near me who were loudly talking about how they had snuck into the movie, and they were just talking so loudly because they didn't pay for the movie. They obviously didn't really want to be there. They were just trying to waste some time, and I didn't want to be that snitch, you know, that Karen type complaining person. But I just couldn't really focus on the movie because they were talking so loudly, so I went and complained. Yes, I know, I'm embarrassed. And the movie theatre people said they would do something, and they did nothing. So yeah, I really feel like movie theatres need to step it up a bit if they want to continue to be, you know, in business, because the way that they're going, yeah, it's not looking good. But this is definitely a movie I think is worth going and seeing in the cinema. It looks good on the big screen. So if you've seen it, let me know what you thought down below. Please give this video a like, subscribe, comment. You know the drill by now. Thanks, guys.